Hey, we are back, or at least I'm back. Welcome and good morning, everyone, to Noodle Doodle. I am your host, Lazaro Gomez, and this is my podcast. If you're new to my podcast, I do this every Sunday morning, 9-ish. Sometimes it's 9:10, sometimes it's before 9, but uh, I try to make it the same time all the time. Doesn't always work out that way, but this is my laid back, kind of chill moment to draw in my 300 drawing prompt book, pick a topic to talk about, and uh, and just kind of draw and noodle doodle. Oh man, well, there's quite a lot on my mind lately. I know that I guess we'll start here and make our way through. But today's prompt is sombrero and prince or princess tiara. Those are our prompts. So I kind of preemptively sketched this little dude here with a big sombrero, and he's got two little birds in his hat. I just thought it was kind of cool, but yeah, it's kind of interesting that that was the topic, and as I'll do as I always do, I'll tie it all in. But before we get into all of that, I just wanted to offer an apology to everyone that follows me on my YouTube channel and all the other social media outlets. Um, there have been people who have expressed their concern for me, and I appreciate it. I thank you very much. I did reply or respond to everybody who reached out to me, but I do want to say I apologize for this is the second week of not doing the Friday night live stream, and I haven't been online and things like that. But you know, I'm I'm an artist. I do this sort of stuff, but I'm not immune to everything that happens in life, right? So uh, life got in the way. Life got in the way, and I had to I had to I don't want to say I had to deal with some things because I think that when you're dealing with something, it's like you're just getting through it. But I did have to tackle some some serious things that happened in my life recently, and cancel. Uh, I had to cancel the Friday night live stream, and then I had to cancel last night, or sorry, Friday night live stream. It is Sunday morning, but basically, I had to travel back home because my stepmother had passed away, and I had to be there with the family and kind of uh, do what you normally do when someone passes away. So it was it's one of those things that you just can't escape, right? Nobody nobody escapes that. But it it sucks. It just sucks. I'm the type of person that I don't really talk much about my feelings. But it was good being around my family and just kind of talking about that and talking about different topics and life in general. It was neat to kind of do that. But anyways, I do have a responsibility to all of you who watch me on a weekly basis and share time with me and stuff like that. Um, I am sorry that I did not do the live stream. You know, not these 2 weeks that had passed by. So once I got back from all of that, actually, let's start doing a little bit of inking. I'm using some markers tonight or today. Yeah, this will do. There's a Copic right here, N4. Yeah, it'll do. So, so yeah, you know, I traveled down there, and when I got back, it was funny because I had to take some time off from work, and you know, do everything that I had to do, and you're kind of uh, you're disheveled, I guess, right? You're going through the motions, you're doing what you have to do, but you're not really there. You know, it's like your mind is pretty much everywhere. And you know, I traveled down there by myself. Uh, my wife had to stay here and you know take care of the kids, and the kids had some activities to do and stuff like that, and we we really couldn't disrupt those kinds of things. You know, they were in school and they had some stuff they had to do. So I went by myself, and I gotta tell you, man, it's real taxing. It's taxing on your mind. It's taxing on your body. Of course, you're not resting. You're not in your normal environment. That sort of stuff. So that trip was hard to do, and of course, you know, you're dealing with the loss of a loved one, which is never easy. But when I got back, my son was uh, my son was spending time in Gainesville. He was visiting his girlfriend, who goes to college up there, uh, and he was making his way back home Monday morning. Monday morning, I went to work, and he was making his way back home. He was about 60 miles away from uh, our home, and he had an accident. You know, he had an accident on the turnpike. He doesn't have a lot of experience driving. He's a brand new driver. Not that he's a bad driver. He's a good driver. It's just he lacks the experience. So I had to leave work. You know, in this crazy panic. Oh my God! You know, my son's been in an accident. So I talked to him. Thankfully he was okay. It wasn't that bad. It was basically he's just driving and he veered off into the guardrail. Excuse me, into the guardrail that separates both north and southbound lanes. And yeah, you know, the car is pretty beat up, uh, but it could be fixed. As a matter of fact, that same day, I got the car back home. My mechanic came over, and you know, he's a family mechanic. I've known him for a very long time. He's a great guy, uh, friend of the family, and you know, right away we started tearing the car apart, looking at what we needed to fix. We went to the junkyard. We got all the parts. We came back. It was an all-day thing, right? So I spent all day doing that. I spent all day doing that and getting everything sorted, and you know, I'm tired. I'm like, at this point, I'm just like, oh my God, I'm just tired. uh, so yeah, you know, I'm going through all of that. Finally get the car fixed, and it was a bit of a long day. We were, like I said, we were fixing a lot of the stuff, and also, as I mentioned, my mechanic is a family friend, so I helped him update his car scanner. He's got like the scanner that um, basically diagnoses problems for your vehicle. Um, it's like this little computer. You plug it in, it starts giving you codes, and it kind of gives him a starting point when he's working on cars. So I updated that for him, and we went from there. But interesting enough, and why this sombrero kind of fits the topic really well is because, yeah, we were upset, and we're kind of having a little family powwow here. Chris is talking to me, my son Chris is talking to me, my wife is talking to me. We're kind of like, man, we just got like the wind knocked out of us, right? Everything was going great. Everything is going great. We've had some really good things happen in our life, and just kind of coming up from things, and it's like, boom, we get hit with, it's like, damn. But interesting enough, I said, well, these things happen. This is life. We're no stranger to life. And again, we're certainly not immune to any of this happening. This can happen to anybody. It does happen to people. It happens to us. It happens to you. It could happen this is life, right? But I think the important thing here is to just kind of sit back and say, hey, you know what? All right. No need to hide under our sombrero. We're going to face this head on. We're going to, move forward. We're going to get what we need and go from there. So we're in the process of getting the vehicle in driving order, right? So it's missing a headlight. It's got real bad body damage and stuff like that, but it drives. I fixed all the parts with my mechanic. Well, he fixed it. I was more like his assistant. But you get the idea. We did it together. So we got the car to a point where it could drive. We test drove it and everything. We just need a new headlight, and then we're going to take it to the body shop and get it all repaired and stuff like that. This is the same vehicle that I was in a hit and run accident. Someone crashed into me and took off, and same car, but it's got a brand new engine. It's so hey, the vehicle has battle scars, right? It's cool. It's like now it's like a badge of honor to drive this car around. And of course, the options of getting another vehicle was there, but my son absolutely refuses. He's like, nope, this is my baby. I'm gonna fix her up, and he's going strong. He's going strong from there. So, he's a little beat up. He had some pain in his shoulder, a little bit on his shoulder, because his body shifted and kind of hit the door and stuff. But he's okay. He's good. That's something. It's a blessing. It's something to be happy about. It could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot worse, and I thank God it's not. But anyways, his body's banged up. His ego, or not ego, but his pride is a little banged up. Dad, I crashed the car. It's okay. That was kind of the least of my worries. So, yeah, that's what it is. So then, we get all that sorted out, and I don't know. I guess I wasn't resting right, or whatever the case. But yeah, it was really stressful for me, and we think we're getting past a lot of stuff, and I'm going back to work. That was Friday morning. Friday morning, I get out of my car. I I park my car, I get out, and all of a sudden I get this massive nosebleed, like crazy nosebleed. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, what is this crap? What's going on? Yeah, I gotta get to work. And I'm standing there and I have these napkins in my nose and there's like blood everywhere and I'm spitting out blood. And I do apologize for anybody who's kind of squeamish or whatnot. But I'm like, man, what the heck? You know? And, oh, by the way, anybody watching Noodle Doodle on YouTube who normally watches Friday night live stream, I have a chat on Friday night live stream that's always running. Noodle Doodle, I don't have the chat on, so I do apologize for that. If you want to leave me any comments or anything like that, that'd be cool. So anyways, this crazy nosebleeds happening, and it's like, man, what the heck, And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, well, I can't, it's not stopping. I can't go to work because I got blood on my shirt and stuff like that. So I have no idea, but this is all happening when it's my wife's birthday. So she's freaking out. My mother-in-law came over to go out with my wife, and now she's like, dude, are you, I don't want to leave you here. Are you okay? Is everything like, yeah, go ahead, And I kind of stayed here. And I was like, okay, well, if it doesn't stop, after a while, I'm going to have to go to the emergency room. And, luckily it did stop. It did stop, but as I was clearing out all of that, I guess I triggered the nosebleed again, and it started bleeding again, and then after a while it stopped, and then thankfully it finally stopped. And here I am. See, hey, I'm good. But I don't know. I guess my sinuses have been like really dry, and irritated. I have pressure there, and I guess somehow, some way, the stress of all of this is like it manifested physically, I guess. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not a doctor. I'm an artist. I'm just going with my best, my best bet, I guess. I think that's what, I think that's what happened. Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, that got me thinking, and it's so true. It's like you gotta go with it, right? You gotta not hide under your sombrero when these things happen. Like, sometimes when bad things happen in life, that's all you want to do. You just want to curl up somewhere and just like make it all go away. Make it all go away. But I found that it's best to tackle these sort of things head on and rely on your inner strength, rely on your logic, rely on everything that you carry with you, right? So good people carry good things with them. Knowledge, education, community, friendships, love, appreciation, all of these good traits, right? All of these things that are in you and make you a good person, they come out when hard times are, when you're dealing with hard times, these things come out. Sorry, I had to get my pens, my microns. And so, it's easy to freak out. It's like, man, all this stuff is happening, and how do we deal with this, and how do we deal with that, and what do we do here, and what do we do there, and after a while, it just becomes overwhelming. But the cool thing is, while all this was happening, we were able to make light of it all. uh, you know, not in a bad way. You know, we're certainly, we're certainly not making light of someone passing away. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, we found the good things. You know what I mean? Um, we found the good things. We have good photos, and we have lots of memories, and all of these cool things, beautiful things, and we held on to that. We held on to that and kind of, okay, well, she's in a better place. And, she was suffering from ALS, which is horrible in its own. Uh, and of course, the whole family is affected, and stuff like that. And the same thing with the car accident. Uh, as soon as I knew my son was okay, I'm like, all right, well, now you're NASCAR certified, and and the car looks a lot better now that you crashed it, and those kinds of things. And we jokingly call him Crash now, which he's not gonna appreciate me saying it, to everyone on YouTube. Um, but he's alive. He's alive and he's well, and it's good that we can make these jokes, that we can do these, uh, that we can say these things, because that's how you cope. That's how you get through it. That's how you know, you're not hiding from life. You're going through it, and you're going through it together. And I think that's huge, man. That's really important. And so, uh, my wife said, well, are you gonna do the live stream? And I said, probably not, not this week, but I will, explain it all on Noodle Doodle, and that's what I'm doing today. And it worked out, at least I would like to think it does. And I hope that you guys understand what I'm trying to do here, and what's been going on. And I just wanted to explain it and say, hey, look, sorry. I'm sorry I wasn't present in your life. But anyways, like I said, I do appreciate everybody reaching out to me and just kind of, hey man, what happened? Didn't see you on the live stream. Is everything all right? And that sort of stuff. Like it just reaffirmed. Uh, it reaffirmed everything I was thinking, everything I was feeling. It's like, you know what? We'll get through it, and you kind of got to get back in the saddle and just keep writing, man. Just keep writing. So, um, yeah. So yeah, it does feel good. It feels actually really good to be uh, live now, to be doing Noodle Doodle. It's become such a routine, such a part of my life, that I kind of felt awkward. I'm like, man, haven't done this in a while. And my commissions, I do apologize to anybody watching that I have commissions with. I you know I will be reaching out and just kind of letting you know what's what's going on. But I do plan to stay on track, and I will, continue working. Actually, I have a few pops I'm working on. So we soldier on. You gotta keep going through that, and kind of, no matter what life comes to bring you, you got to you gotta meet the challenge. And it's hard. It's hard sometimes, and things happen, and you sit there and you wish a million times over that it didn't happen or whatever, but you just can't, you can't dwell on that sort of stuff. It's not good for you, and it's not doing anything to improve the situation. So that's what you have to do. You have to just kind of go through it and hope that everything turns out right. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm playing catch up, and it was really cool because I had some neat stuff planned for the Friday night live stream. I've been doing I've been doing these little paintings, and I got some cool canvases just like this one. If you're watching on YouTube, it's basically like a canvas that has some kind of uh, print text on it. Um, I don't know what's the best way to describe it, but it basically looks like a page out of a book, and it's printed on canvas. And I've been doing these little uh, paintings on them, and so that's what we were gonna do on the Friday night live stream. We were gonna paint some of those, and I was gonna show kind of how I do those. And I guess we'll get to it eventually, but uh, we'll get to it eventually. I know we will, but for the moment, like I said, I wanted to kind of let everybody know that I'm okay. Everybody is okay. My wife and kids are okay. We are just, we're going through a little hardship, and we're gonna move forward, right? We're gonna get past it. So, uh, so again, thank you for all of the notifications, the warm welcome, uh, you know, everybody who reached out to me. Thank you so much. It's really crazy. Oh, I hit the microphone. I'm sorry about that. It's really crazy. When you do something like this, you have a YouTube channel or whatever. Uh, you don't anticipate the community that comes out of it, right? The love and appreciation that everybody provides for you. For me, I always strive to do my best to kind of uh, provide everybody with something cool to watch, something cool to see, art related, or stuff like that. And everybody always says the same thing. It's like, oh, you're on YouTube, you must be famous, blah blah blah. It's like, it's not about the fame, it's not about any of that. It's about providing good content, and that's what I always try to do. So when so many of you reach out to me, like, hey man, what's going on? I hope you're okay. It means a lot. It means a lot to me, and I appreciate it. My friends, my family, all of you who follow me. Some I know personally, some I don't. But I do appreciate that. It means a lot to me, and I feel the love. I feel the love, and I feel the support that you guys all provide to me. And I can't say it enough. I mean, thank you so much. Thank you so much for all of that. The last the last video I did was the Friday night live stream where my daughter Sophia gave me a makeover. It was extremely funny, and I still have people come up to me and say, you look so beautiful, and blah blah blah. And it's funny, and I appreciate that, and I'm so glad that you guys found that entertaining and had a good time. I had a blast. From time to time, she likes to do this sort of stuff, and of course, I'm just a regular old dad, so I let her have her way. uh, but going back to what I was saying, that video is up to like 60 views or something like that with 13 likes. And, thanks for that. That helps me out. Um, I've mentioned before, YouTube has changed a lot of their format and, how your channel gets monetized and stuff like that. So none of my stuff is monetized. I'm not there yet. You have to have 1,000 subscribers, and I think it's like 4,000 views or view hours or whatever the heck it is. So whenever somebody likes my video or watches it and stuff like that, those numbers. Oop, I keep hitting the mic. Those numbers change and blah blah blah, and it helps me out, to eventually be monetized. So thanks for everything you guys did on that video. That was really cool. So yeah, I think moving forward, I never forget. I never forget anything, and I appreciate so much in life, and I always think about all the good things in life and try to be a good person and try to just try to get a deeper understanding of what's important in life. And that that's certainly one of those things that's important. My son's well-being is important, a lot more than a stupid car or whatever. And doing this and doing the live stream, that's certainly important to me. And there's try to think about everything I want to say, but there's value in that, right? There's life value in those kinds of things. You have to you have to recognize that there's good things in that. So I do, and I never take it for granted. I never take it for granted. It's so funny. It's like everybody that buys a piece of artwork or hires me to do a commission for them, I'm so appreciative of it, because they could have gone anywhere else. They could have picked any other artist, but the fact that people chose me for their commission or whatever it is, it really means a lot to me. And I appreciate that, and like I said, I never take that for granted. So these are those moments where instead of hiding in your sombrero, you should kind of look at it and say, wow, cool, and just kind of look back and see how truly blessed you are, and how anything can happen. This sort of stuff goes on all the time, but I'm just certainly grateful for everything. I really am. So here I am, Sunday. We are going. Well, I'm doing a lot of commissions. This is my moment to kind of. Usually, I do laundry or get together with my gaming group and stuff like that, but schedules are not lining up. So I will be here doing commissions or working on my commissions, watching Netflix. I hear Umbrella Academy is pretty good, so I might be checking that out. And going forward, doing what I always do, just moving forward. There's our guy in his sombrero. He's got like 2 birds that made a nest on his head, which is pretty neat. Maybe, I don't know, Maybe I'll make this the thumbnail for this episode. This is episode 14 of Noodle Doodle for the year 2019. There he is. For all of you guys watching on YouTube. Oh man, I don't know. There's not much else to say, but thank you. I'm fine. I'm happy about that. I'm able to do artwork, and I'll get back on social media and all that stuff when the time is right. But um, but yeah, just know that no matter what you're going through, life is gonna life is gonna hand you something. Life is gonna hand you something, and you're gonna have to deal with it. But anyways, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the weekend. I hope you have a great week coming up, and we'll see you next time. Like we always do, same time, same day. We'll see you next time. Thank you. Goodbye.